You have very elegant ear shape. Oh, he's trying. Welcome back to Don't Eat the Cashier. So in the last two episodes, we have met a vampire and a jester. And in today's episode, I believe we're meeting our final monster that we can date. But for those of you that are new here, hi there. My name's 𝗪𝗏𝗏, but you guys can call me Kay. And you're watching part 3 to my Don't Eat the Cashier series, which is a monster dating simulator. So if you haven't seen the first two parts, I highly recommend that you go watch them first before watching this, and there'll be links in the description to do so. But without further ado, let's dive back into Don't Eat the Cashier. Okay, so this is where we left off with this guy. I don't know what he is, but I'm sure we're about to find out. This is definitely not another vampire. The stranger leans against the counter, trying to look casual, but the way his tail twitches betrays his nervous tension. Hi. He clears his throat. Hello, babe. My name is Victor. Aren't your parents pirates by any chance? That is a very odd question to start this conversation with. I've got to say he's probably the most visually appealing design out of the monsters we've met so far. Okay, frown at him, waiting for him to finally say what he's got to buy. No sir, my parents are not pirates. Aren't your parents farmers by any chance? You mean, are they rich pirates who could pay a ransom for me if you kidnap me? Please, sir, don't. What? Farmers? Is this it because he's got, like, these, like, ram-like ears? Should we maybe say that? Oh, we've made him blush. I took his awkward attempt at flirting and made it my own. Now I'm the captain of this ship, since I am a true descendant of pirates. Victor nervously taps his hoof on the floor. Also, he has got hooves. No. Here are my not pirates. Then where did they get such a sweet peach? Yeah, go on, we'll flirt. I think his blush is deepening. His face instantly lights up, so much so that even his ears are smoking, it seems. Thank you. He shuffles his foot. Oh, he seems the sweetest so far. Miss, actually, I wanted to give you a compliment. I mean to flirt. Victor makes vague gestures with his hands, as if he's trying to describe a complex mechanism that just exploded. It was all supposed to go completely differently. You were supposed to blush and giggle, and you broke it all. So he believes this was really supposed to work on real life people. His face is burning. Victor takes another deep, frantic breath. Have we made him nervous? His stomach is growling so horribly. I hope this guy is okay. Is it really that bad? I mean, is my flirting technique really that terrible? This was the worst day of my life to have ears? No, that's so mean. Well, it could have been better. Awkwardness is a great style. I liked it. Should we say that? This might be the best compliment he's ever heard in his life. Probably the only one. How has he only ever been complimented once just by looking at him? Like, sure, he's a bit awkward, but that's quite endearing. You liked it? His voice mixes surprise, disbelief, and a shy glimmer of joy. I'm glad you like awkwardness, because I have plenty of it. You probably noticed. Okay, so straight away, he is very different to the two other monsters we met who are quite confident and, like, cheeky. He seems very shy and sweet. Right off the bat, is it really written on my face? Actually, I initially chose this tactic to charm you, miss. Of course, everything went according to plan. He coughs shyly and mumbles something to himself. Then, he shifts his gaze back to me. Actually, miss, I'm here to acquire... He doesn't get to finish. We have a visitor. Who is this? She stands next to the counter, clicking her mandibles impatiently. 2 packs of 𝗪𝗡, a pack of screaming cheese, and a bag of fairy fingers, darling. Is she just called Lady? By the way, your gas attendant is a real sweetheart. It's frightening to imagine what my invisible colleague looks like. He hasn't even bothered to say hello. We have an invisible colleague? It's not mentioned that till now? And hurry up. I need to rush. I have a lot of work waiting for me today. I'm starting to pack the order. At the same time, this incubus awkwardly tries to hit on the lady, and I thought we had something special. Oh, so this shy act is nonsense then? He's an incubus? What is that? Apparently, the failed Casanova decided to try his luck on a new victim. Okay, I see how it is. We are not special. Wow, you seem so busy and cool, ma'am, and you must have a very wonderful job. She starts clicking her mandibles energetically, producing a buzzing sound that vaguely resembles laughter. Wonderful. Oh yes, wonderful. Wonderful for those who don't like to eat, sleep, or see their children grow. What does she do? Really the best job in all 9 worlds. Speaking of children, Victor barely recovers from her sarcasm when the lady immediately pulls a wallet out of her bag and unfolds it. Over and over again. It seemed endless. This is Juju? He has his father's mandibles. Victor gazes into the abyss, and the abyss gazes back, revealing baby pictures. The seduction attempt has failed again. Well, that's what he deserves for trying to be a player. Like any mother, Lady Mantis loved her children and considered it her sacred duty to tell every passing incubus about them. This is Jugo. He's in his rebel face right now. He pierces his mandibles. Can you imagine? He makes such a racket when he eats. The image of a larva in a biker jacket makes me snort and reminds me of David. Oh, so we're still thinking about David. And this is Gigi and Gaga. They're still larvae? Lav? I really don't know how you pronounce this word, even if it seems really simple. But already so talented. What talents can larvae have? They just lie there and eat. I do too though. Wait, don't think about that. You have very beautiful children, ma'am. All 20 of them. Incredibly cute. That's just the first wallet. Help him. Hand the lady her order. Don't interfere. I kind of don't want to interfere. I feel like he's brought this on himself. The fact that he's just tried to flirt with me and then seconds later is trying to flirt with somebody else. Let's not interfere. I only hand over the order when she starts talking about how sensitive her larvae's digestive tract is. By that point, Victor himself starts to look like a weary father of 40 tiny little pests. His conscience or indecision prevented him from fleeing into the night crying. His suffering seemed to stretch on endlessly until the lady finally left the store with her purchases, thanking the incubus for the pleasant conversation. Though, to be honest, he couldn't even get a word. He might have squeaked something pitiful between her tales of diapers and per history grades. Victor turns to me with a tortured look. I will never talk to people, to monsters, to insect monsters, animals. Never ever, no way. He mutters this barely audibly to himself. Oh, demons these days. How quickly he gives up, and she didn't even get to pull out her 3rd wallet. The lady left very little in tips. Probably all her money went to her children. Victor suddenly remembers he came here to buy something. However, my visitors rarely recall that. I need a book. Victor scans my stinking supernatural realm of discount raw and chocolate bars. It's a guide for, well, you know, succubi and incubi. I can't remember what it's called, but I've definitely heard something about it. Could you take a look? It's definitely not for me. It's for my less experienced friend, because I'm, you know, employee of the month in my layer. He didn't specify whether he was the worst or the best employee of the month. Well, you know, life force harvesting for dummies or something like that. I hear it. Oh, is that what an incubus is? Something to do with life force and harvesting people's life forces? I am really not sure. He's got like a pentagram on his necklace. I hear him mumbling quietly to himself. Such a shame. I should have just stayed home and rewatched Evangelion for the 10th time. Is that an anime, I think? I'm heading to the storage room. Just a few hours before, I was rushing around here looking for blood for a very hungry monster. Now all these vials, eyes, and tentacles seem less ominous. A gigantic dead moth lies on top of one of the boxes, or perhaps it's just very tired. I'm rummaging through the book section, deep in between Baboon Metaphysics and Limits of Patience of Your Dead Servants. I find the desired volume. I come back from the storage room, holding this forbidden, mind-bending treatise titled Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Demons and Everything You Didn't Want to Know About Them. Because it was like a demon. Wow, this is definitely better than those PDF guides from various sites for Never mind who. Clearly not for the whole family. I am really not sure what's going on. Let's study it. Yes, it'd be very unusual if he just paid me, tipped me, and moved along. I expect too much from this life. But in fact, this will be an entertaining educational lesson. It certainly won't be unnecessary. Okay, so before continuing, I googled what an incubus is, and it said it is a demon in folklore that would typically visit women to have, we'll say, intimate relations, which I did not know that. But now that I know that, let's continue. And the guy looks like those pictures are enough to make him faint. The sooner this is over, the sooner I can send him on his way. Okay, so that's why he was so caught up about the fact that he wasn't a very good flirt. We find a cosy spot next to the counter. I pull the grimoire closer. I open the book, and the pages, yellowed and brittle with age, release a cloud of dust and indecent, horrifying desires. Incubi, the nature of the tempting rogue, hooves of desire. Tempting rogues. Oh, that's me. Yes, definitely me. Hooves are just like mine. You have no idea how awful they clop, especially on tiles. When you sneak to the fridge at night, the whole house wakes up with you. Everyone thinks there's a big clumsy cow living in your apartment. Yeah, I think you really are an incubus. They're all purple. You know, Victor, you look more like a sleep paralysis demon. Okay, let's say this one. Oh, you're right. All incubi really are purple. I thought my skin colour was just some kind of coincidence. So he doesn't know that he's an incubus? You know, like when you create a character in a video game and just spin the colour wheel until you stumble upon something weird. He gives me a cautious look, as if he's not entirely sure about the coolness of his purple hue. Purple is a lame colour, I hate eggplants. I love the colour purple, too bad I'm not purple. Shake head sadly, shrug. I know what you mean. When I was created, someone also spun the wheel. By the way, I was created in Spore. Oh my god, I used to love playing Spore. So I love the colour purple. His face immediately brightens with a smile. Yeah, well, I think it's pretty cool too. You know, I should be being this nice to you, considering you were flirting with somebody else, but I suppose he can't help it, because he's an incubus. It's nice to know you like my, what's it called? Demonic phenotype? Victor turns his attention back to the book and runs his clawed finger down the lines. Incubi, appreciators of the vibrant hues of the soul, they draw power not from blood or life force, but from the pure, potent energy of mortal emotions. And although a refined bouquet of positive emotions is the preferred ambrosia, ambrosia? What a fancy word. But I feel that, Victor, having to read out some of the words in this game, I have really struggled. A practitioner can also sustain themselves with more coarse, fickle energies of negativity. Despair, horror, and humiliation provide a quick, albeit unpleasant, rush of power. It's no wonder that now, after an argument with someone in the comments, I feel like I've eaten a few raisins. My god, we're really going in on the hatred of raisins, which I love because I hate raisins too. Judging by the expression on his face, he clearly isn't cut out for horrors and humiliations. His limit is probably arguing on 4chan. Also, a kind of source of horrors and humiliations, but still, it's a bit different. An incubus can, albeit less effectively, form a symbiotic connection by feeding off a single, consenting mortal vessel. The mortal vessel in turn can absorb some of the power from the incubus, among other things, their immortality. Wow, sounds like a decent deal. I certainly always have plenty of emotions, mostly hatred for the fact that to earn money you have to work. A whole mountain of raisins for Victor, or whatever he called it. What a relief, just one person. The thought of having to chase after a whole bunch of strangers makes me feel sick. Strangers are the scariest thing right after rent. But I love communicating. Well, sometimes. Stay silent. No, we're going to say this one. Yeah, I totally understand you. It's probably even harder to deal with clients like me. Communication is already a horror show in itself, and then you add, literal horror with vampires and ghosts. Just a nightmare. He really looks at me with sympathy. He feels sorry for me. I don't even know how to react to that. Trying to understand what people want from you is quite the challenge. It's like trying to play a game with its rules changing every 5 seconds. And someone has turned off your screen and you're paralysed. Basically, yeah, I completely get you. Victor flips through the grimoire, reading the chapter titles. Techniques of rogue seduction, juicy emotional juices, using 𝗪𝗪𝗏 energies for thaumaturgal purposes. I don't even want to know. I don't even know how to say half the words in this sentence, so I don't want to know either. I just want to not starve without energy and maybe pay my rent. I don't need to be the lusty cousin of Doctor Strange. That's funny. Okay, so do these monsters like pay rent and things as well? Like obviously David mentioned that he could get out of rent because of his abilities, but it seems like they are living a very similar life to humans, possibly. His finger finally jabs at a random chapter title somewhere in the middle. Love letters. It seems completely and irrevocably outdated, especially that part about carrier pigeon colours. Love letters? Who writes love letters anymore? This should apply to text messages now, right? But this, is a good start. Let's work on this before moving on to more complex deduction methods. He pulls out a pen from somewhere, a cheap ballpoint with a little anime cat charm on the end. Okay, that is really cute. I hand him a grease-stained napkin, like everything in this rotten place. The book says to convey aching adoration and a hint of forbidden desire. Victor starts scribbling something on the napkin. What is that? Maybe something like this? This conveys aching adoration perfectly. No, Victor, try again. Would be nice. Really? You think so? Thanks. I mean, it's obviously a silly picture, but it has a lot of layers of meaning, you know? It's like it's saying, I'm just a humble being unworthy of your gaze, but I'm supported only by crumbs of your attention. Victor continues to flip through the book, recognising the desires of the vessel. He scans the first few lines of text. It's all about observing subtle hints, interpreting body language, and engaging in candid conversations to uncover the special nature of mortal carnal desires. He glances at me. What does Vessel K want? The vessel wants money. The vessel wants stable mental health. Yep, him into that. The vessel wants fame, love, and adoration. The vessel wants to become the new Sandro Botticelli. The vessel wants a simple human sofa and cuddles on it. The vessel wants to leave work as soon as possible. Let's not linger, young man. Let's say that. Oh, great. And pizza, right? In his eyes is genuine sympathy and an understanding of every delicate string of my unfortunate, lonely soul. That's honestly quite a simple desire. I think if the criteria for the second person on the couch aren't too strict, I can easily help. Though sometimes I comment too loudly on what's happening on screen. I hope that's not too much of a problem. That's fine, I do that too. Sometimes you can't help but make a stupid comment, 10, 20, in 5 minutes, especially when you know some facts about the movie. That's fine. We continue to study this villainous seduction manual, The Art of Verbal Seduction and Slippery Flattery. To his surprise, Victor finds no mention of the fact that pirate compliments work on living people. We examine the first paragraph, where words are labelled as keys to the treasure chest of the heart, and flattery is described as a powerful aphrodisiac for the ego. It's all very dramatic, but the main idea is quite simple. Say nice things, don't say unpleasant things. This is definitely outdated. If I tell someone that his eyes are double gateways to the champ's ellipses, I'll definitely get sprayed with pepper. And this, good lord, when I kiss you, I tremble like a paralysed beggar. How is that even supposed to work? No, that's too much even for me. Victor clears his throat. His gaze slides over to me, trying to latch onto something particularly attractive about my appearance. You have very elegant ear shape. Oh, he's trying. Say no, you. Oh, you look so sweet. Do I? Thank you. They're very nimble now. But there's no instruction for when someone compliments you back. Probably don't blush, and that's something I didn't manage. He takes a deep breath, gathering his courage for another compliment. For a while, he tries to find some foothold to latch onto, but he can't seem to find the words. You are a very multifaceted, God, I am massacring some of these words, I do apologise, person. You combine so much, I don't know how to exactly describe it. He lets out a quiet chuckle. But I like that you're so unpredictable. A lot of stress, of course, but it's incredibly fun. Now my unpredictability is a source of stress for someone else. How wonderful. Smile, that wasn't bad. Shake your head. He needs to try harder. Okay, we're going to still be sweet to him because he seems like a big softie. He smiles gently in response. Despite everything, he starts to relax. He's probably beginning to feel more comfortable around me. I would have never thought a monster would have to struggle with discomfort from interacting with a mortal soul, and not the other way around. Another chapter. How to be a mirror. I didn't know we could change. Oh, it's metaphorical. The text describes the principles of mirroring, subtly borrowing mannerisms, speech patterns, and even expressed opinions of the victim to create a sense of closeness and understanding. The path of least resistance to gaining mortal attachment. Oh no, what about all that stuff about just be yourself and everything will work out? My mom lied to me, didn't she? With similar interests, what do ordinary people like? Football and the weather? Definitely not anime and Dark Souls. Discussing the brilliant soundtrack of Silent Hill, hell yeah, with people is a bad idea, that's for sure. Alright, practice. The book says that practice is the key to success. Victor lifts his gaze to me. Play along with me, please. Like we just met. We did just meet. Beautiful mortal soul, I've appeared to you in half dreams so many times, but I finally decided to find you in reality. I won't let you go so easily again. Even though the words aren't the most elegant, there's something supernatural about them. I still begin to feel a pull. A shiver runs down my spine. Come on, you don't have to pretend to get close to someone or make friends. I'd love to talk about Silent Hill soundtrack. Give in to the feeling. Let's leave it at that. I kind of want to talk about the Silent Hill soundtrack. Victor's carefully crafted seductive expression shatters into pieces. His eyes widen, he blinks several times, and his gaze ignites with pure delight. You really want to talk about 𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗪𝗏's industrial soundscapes? And how they all create all-encompassing sense of psychological horror that reflects the protagonist's inner turmoil? Because I mean, the use of trip-hop elements in Silent Hill 3 soundtrack is criminally underrated. Criminally. Yes, mortal, your interest in such esoteric melodies is quite intriguing. He chuckles softly. But you're right, pretending is very exhausting. You can never truly be close to someone if you're always pretending. Though, I don't really need that, do I? I just need juicy, sweet emotions. Well, who am I kidding? I'm the most pathetic incubus in the world. I need more than just that. He's flipping through the treatise. I don't know if I'm saying this right. A bit longer before letting out a sigh. His stomach growls again. It seems he could use an emotional snack. Am I going to be the emotional snack? I think we've covered all the important stuff. I suppose it's time to wrap things up. He starts to rise from the floor. Wait, how did it happen that no one explained anything to you? Even I had a briefing, a 2-minute one. Let's ask him that. I'll tell you, but promise you won't laugh. I promise. Relief washes over his face. Yes, wonderful. I accidentally sold my soul in the darknet. He holds a dramatic pause. Okay, we're not going to laugh at him, that's been mean. Go on. What an idiot I was. I dropped out of college back then because of constant stress, moved into a tiny dump and barely left my apartment. I was scraping by with some freelance work. Is this before he was an incubus? Was this when he was human? I sometimes I chatted with various anonymous folks from 4chan, people without names, gender or age. And then I stumbled upon a stupid ad. What did I have to lose? Definitely not a demon 7566 in the chat offered me a chance to escape loneliness. Later, after I turned into this creature, he told me he did it for laughs. Oh, that's mean. He left no instructions, just wrote "get good" in the chat and deleted all contacts. He was curious to see if I could handle it. His chance to escape loneliness turned out to be putting me in an incredibly deadly situation. He lifts his eyes to me. This memory is a fresh wound for him. Before I can even respond, he jumps up from the floor. But I've already wasted enough of your time. It's fine, you're not wasting any of my time. You seem sweet. He clops his way to the counter. Well, to be honest, I didn't really understand much. Those chapters are so strange. He lets out a quiet chuckle. But you know what? It was great. I haven't had this much fun in a while. I think I even ate properly. Finally. Positive energy, I mean. Thanks for the lunch. Oh, okay, so he's like feeding off our energy? I'm not even sure if I need to pay for that too, but I'll leave some money just in case. His tail twitches awkwardly. I haven't really interacted with people since college killed my will to live. It felt strange not to feel like such an idiot around someone. Thank you very much. He tosses some money into the jar, then takes a deep breath and adds, and maybe someday we could, well, hang out together? Not as a lesson, just play some silly games, like friends. Why not as friends? We could make it a date. Wiggles eyebrows. Okay, buddy, I'll think about it. Should we say that? A date? His tail starts wagging wildly, knocking over 3 bags of chips, a can of soda, and a bottle of 𝗀𝗰𝗿𝗄𝗏. I'm in. Of course I'm in. I'm ready. He struggles to rein in the flow of enthusiasm. It takes a frantic breath. See you then. Goodbye. Bye, Kay. Good luck with your shift. It was nice to meet you. Okay, we didn't get very long with Victor compared to the other 2 monsters. The gas station returned to silence, broken only by the hum of refrigerators and my own 2 loud thoughts. So, a crazy god, a vampire thug, and a shy incubus walk into a gas station. Sounds like the start of a really bad joke. My life is now a joke. Just great. I just wanted to pay my bills. I didn't sign up for interdimensional quarrels and therapy sessions for the undead. But, on the other hand, I wasn't eaten, and I wasn't turned into a piece of furniture. By the standards of this night, that's a resounding success. I cautiously glanced at the door to Bob's office. There was a low, guttural humming, like a giant, disgruntled computer tower was working inside. The clock on the wall indicated it was the end of my shift. With a heavy sigh of relief, I began closing up the place. Finally, I walked to the front door, inserted the key into the lock, and was about to turn it when suddenly... Organism. I jumped in place, nearly dropping everything. Organism, your performance has exceeded all my algorithmic predictions by 47.3%. You are not just an organism, you are an efficient, flawless machine for generating currency. I am feeling an emotion your kind describes as managerial pride. If you keep up the good work, the possibility of receiving a 25% bonus will become not just hypothetical, but quite real. Go, organism, restore your energy resources and return for further exploitation. What a relief. He vanished as suddenly as he had appeared, leaving nothing but ringing silence behind. This music's quite spooky. I stood for a few seconds, processing what I'd heard, then I slowly turned the key in the lock. Click. First shift completed. I survived. And now I can do anything, which means... Oh, okay. Return to the store to Bob, a romantic evening awaits you. Return home, call Victor, call David, shout, carriage for the Queen. Oh, okay, so we've got to decide who we want to go see. Okay, since we have plenty of time, since we didn't get that long with Victor, I'm probably going to try all of them and see all the different endings. I don't know if some of the choices that I picked have impacted any of these endings, but let's find out. We'll start first by going to see the Jester. The words escaped my lips before I could think them through. I shouted into the void, expecting, at best, an echo. But the void answered. From around the corner, with a quiet clatter of hooves on asphalt, it appeared. A carriage crafted from bones, polished to a shine, drawn by a pair of horses, woven from pure shadows. The carriage door swung open by itself, inviting me inside. How mysterious. I stepped over the threshold and the world spun into a kaleidoscope of mad colours and sentient frogs. When the whirlwind subsided, I felt myself falling, but instead of a hard landing, I found myself in someone's embrace. This is what Darian actually looks like? He's blonde? I knew you would come, my dear. Darian's voice was velvety and sly. I looked down and realised that my t-shirt and jeans had been replaced by some elegant attire. How old-fashioned of him. The kingdom missed you so much. Every crooked spire of this castle longed for your silhouette. Every mad courtier whispered your name, hoping you would return and bring even more chaos to our usual chaos. He looked into my eyes, and his gaze was a mix of madness, adoration, and the promise of the most unpredictable eternity. Everything. I will give you everything. How about a pet? I can bring you the most beautiful griffin, or better yet 2, so they won't be bored when I take you for rides around our lands. If 1 moon bores you, we'll have 3. I could get a few garden gnomes and... I'm getting ahead of myself. Let it be a surprise. He pulls me closer by the waist. His lips almost touch the shell of my ear as he speaks the next words. You will never be sad again. From this moment, sadness for you is just a word in a foreign language, my dear. My queen. And all it took was 1 night shift at a gas station. Oh, okay. Okay, so that is Darian's ending. Okay, I probably should have saved before picking the endings, so I'm going to skip right through this and be right back so we can see the other endings. Okay, now we've seen what it was like with Darian's ending, let's see what the ending with David is like, who was possibly my favourite in the end. I do kind of like a bad boy, and although he was a bit of an ass to us in the beginning, I did warm up to him. So let's see what happens with David. Maybe it was a bad idea, or maybe it was my best one yet. The creature on the other end informs me in a raspy voice that he'll be here in 10 minutes. And sure enough, soon the roar of a motorcycle shatters the silence of the night. A battered but powerful bike pulls up next to me. Come on, move your ass. Sunrise is soon. Okay, we're on the back of his bike. His voice sounds gentle. I move my ass and climb onto the seat behind him, wrapping my arms around his waist. He lets out a satisfied sigh. And by the way, enjoy today's sunrise while you can. I freeze. I know exactly what he means. This could be my last sunrise as a human. He's turning me? Okay, I'm kind of down for that. Maybe I want to become a vampire, or maybe not. Either way, we're making decisions together now. Say nothing, hug him tighter. I feel like I still need to keep him in his place. Although I do want to become a vampire myself. Maybe I want to become a vampire, maybe not. Either way, we're making decisions together now. Yeah, I'm going to stand up for myself. I do want to become a vampire. But I'm not having him bossing me around like that. He slightly turns his head. The surprise in his eyes is replaced by a brief glimmer of respect. He looks at me like a tamed wolf, like an equal. His hand covers mine, resting on his chest, and gently squeezes it. Okay, boss, whatever you say. Whatever awaits us, eternal wanderings, arguments over who cleans the blood off the dishes today, and the necessity of pretending to be our own descendants, we'll face it together. The motorcycle roars and heads out onto the highway. Oh, okay. All very short endings, I will say that so far. Although, I am enjoying just, basically running off into the sunset with whoever you decide to pick, and it doesn't seem like the choices that I've made have affected it. Maybe it does, and maybe I've just been lucky where I've picked good choices. Okay, let's next see what happens if we call Victor. Victor promised to come faster than the wind. True to his word, when his car pulls into the parking lot, he nearly knocks over a trash bin. My bad. It's an old, well-maintained car, clearly inherited from his grandfather. Inside, it's warm and smells nice. His apartment is exactly as I imagined, a bit cluttered but cosy. Oh, we just sat playing a game together, this is so cute. And soon, I get humiliated by the very first boss. Victor, sitting next to me, laughs. It's not that you're bad at this, as you say, it's just that I'm a nerd with a whole lot of free time. His fingers glide effortlessly over the buttons. I felt at ease. For the first time in a long while, no fear, no tension, just 2 people playing video games. Rest my head on his shoulder. Oh, we're going to have to do that, aren't we? Oh, this is so cute. He freezes for a second, then a blush appears on his violet cheeks. He coughs awkwardly, but doesn't pull away. Instead, he gently leaves his head towards mine. Kay, you've made me so happy in just one evening, and I'll do everything I can to make you happy. I close my eyes, listen to the quiet clicking of buttons. An incubus partner. My partner is an incubus, and he's better at souls-like games than I am, for now. Something very interesting is definitely happening with my life. Oh, that is a very sweet ending with Victor. Okay, the last one, we can return to the store to Bob and have a romantic evening with him. Oh no, Mr. Manager, we're not saying goodbye just yet. I head back to the gas station and push open the door to his office. In the middle of the room, buried under folders and invoices, stood a gigantic, ridiculous canopy bed, and on it, surrounded by rose petals, reclined Bob. Or rather, he wasn't just lying there, he was posing. One tentacle coyly supported his spherical body where a human's chin would be. Others were elegantly draped over the silk sheets. His numerous eyes blinked slowly, focusing on me. Ah, organism, I wasn't expecting you so soon. His voice, as always, boomed in my head, but now it had sultry undertones. But since you're here, one tentacle slowly, seductively beckoned me forward. I propose we spend the evening in romantic engagement. We'll study 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and closure schemes. I took a step into the office and slowly closed the door behind me. Okay, that is a very interesting ending with Bob. Let's see what happens if we just return home. No, I've had enough adventures for one day. The bus arrived surprisingly quickly. I climbed into the half-empty cabin and collapsed onto a seat by the window. Outside, the waking city rolled by. Ordinary people heading to ordinary jobs, none of them selling discount raw or fending off vampires. My pigsty retreat never felt so homely and cosy. The familiar creak of floorboards, the smell of dust and cheap coffee, all seemed heaven sent. I didn't even bother with dinner, just shrugged off my clothes and fell into my bed. Soft, familiar, free of tentacles and ectoplasm. No monsters, no threats, just silence. And pleasant, nightmarish dreams. Okay, that has to be the worst ending surely, where you just go home by yourself. That was not good ending at all. And I can't imagine there'll be many people that will pick that ending. But please let me know, what ending would you pick and who was your favourite monster? I really enjoyed playing this series and I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. If you have, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, as it really does help me out. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.